So we're going to do that right off the bat, but we still have people coming in the room, and we also have a special guest, Mr. Alex Ruse, who is one of the top members of the WeFi decentralized bank. So he's going to talk on that, and I'm going to do a little presentation in my back office and do an actual buy in my son's account tonight, just to show you how to do a buy. So with that, come in with your first and last name. You know how to do it. Just click participants on the taskbar and then find your name on the right hand side and put your cursor over your name. You'll see three dots and you can rename yourself there, or go on your video and you can see three dots there, or send us a message and we'll change it for you. So with that, I just want to introduce myself. It's Ken Logan from Ottawa, and my background, I've been an entrepreneur for probably 40 years, and I love evaluating companies. I love financial literacy, and we really didn't get educated. I don't know about you, but I didn't get educated in financial literacy like I should have been when I was younger. And I guess I'm catching up at a later age. But anyway, uh, we're excited to bring you some of this education. And I partnered up with one of the best, I feel, in terms of work ethic, numbers, strategies, and overall caring about his community. So I'm going to turn it over to a former land developer and house builder, Mr. Barry Morrison from Calgary. Over to you.
Well, thanks very much, Ken, and welcome everybody to tonight's special call. I mean, it is with great pride that we get to, recognize and actually reward different people in our team. That's so rewarding. It really truly is. And there's no I in team, but first and foremost, some of you are brand new and you don't even realize that there's been contests going on. And what was the contest all about? Well, what it was about was helping others to acquire some of these smart contracts in the Cryptex platform. And this team, and incidentally, any one of you could go ahead and run a contest within your team. Okay, so we'll cover those details in a bit, but we want to thank first and foremost Jolene Makita and Dawn. These two ladies, they are the ones that have created hundreds, even thousands now of these ebooks, electronic books. And if you haven't seen one, you haven't read it, then you deserve it to yourself to read one. Get a copy of it. If you're referring it to others, get one made for you. Okay, get one personalized. I mean, I'll share you mine, but you know what happens? My link is in there. But see, these two ladies, Jolene and Dawn Dayton, they are our upline. And so what did Barry and Ken do? We went to our upline and we said, hey, can you help once again? What do you mean, Barry? Well, we'd like to run a contest that's going to stimulate, more contracts, and you're going to earn commissions, and the team's going to earn commissions, and everybody's going to win, because the delayed gratification is monstrous in this pay plan. And truthfully, I'm so proud to say that our team has gone over 4,000 contracts. So start doing the math on that, folks. 4,000 contracts, and every one of us can do it. And then, several teams stepped up, and they're ongoing. This is the first team that has got across the finish line, if you will. But it's a starting point, because the starting point is trying to get every one of the leaders that are choosing to across the line for leadership bonus. And there's certain requirements that we have to do. And you can see all the teams that are running right now. And again, you could step up if you want. Like, if Larry wanted to run a contest, or Kathy wanted to run a contest, you could do this, because, what did we have? We took screenshots before it started, and there had to be 250 new contract sales in that particular team. So, Michael Aman and the Premier Dream team, they stepped up to the plate. And Ken, I know that, there's some amazing people, because, Michael couldn't do it on his own either. See, none of us can. And, they stepped up for the team, and what did they do? They have a first, second, and third place prize. And, these prizes have been awarded already. And what did the people do? They bought more contracts. I mean, how cool is that, right? Because the delayed gratification for them is huge. I would like to know if they chose the 2 year, 3 year, 5 year. I don't know. It was up to them, but they had to buy it in their top account. That was the deal of the contest. So, and I'm going to try and find Michael Amon. Michael, if you could raise your hand, you'll come up to the top of the board for me. It's so much easier if you do that, and then I can find you, and I'll make you co-host, because Michael, you could introduce, Marlon and Alan and Marilyn. I mean, these three are superstars in your team, and now I'm going to encourage that instead of Michael being the quarterback, here's Michael just coming in the room right now. So, you could run a contest, Marlon. You're the winner of this one, right? But you could now be the quarterback of your team. And again, it would start all over. What would happen? Your team would then have to sell 250 new, from the moment that you decide to do it, contracts. It's very simple, and just help others achieve what they want to do. Because what do we encourage everybody to do in Cryptex? Remember what it is? Save one contract a month minimum. There's many strategies that you can do, but if you do that, you become part of the system, part of the enhanced retirement. That's where that came from. Because can you imagine if you acquire a contract every month, and then we get to the payouts of these contracts, you're going to start getting a payout month after month after month after month, and that's the type of retirement that each and every one. From the bottom of my heart, I thank Jolene. I thank Don so much for stepping up and helping us to do this. We couldn't have done it without them. And, I'm just so grateful, Ken. I really, truly am. So back to you, Ken. You're on mute. You're on mute, Ken.
Yeah, I've asked Michael to unmute Barry, so I think he can now.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, there he is.
Yep.
You gotta love that hat.
Have it here.
Michael, I appreciate you jumping on, and you have a great team in the Caribbean there, and I just wanted you to take a second to speak on just this contest and the three individuals that kind of rose to the top in this contest. I mean, I know I've heard these guys' names many a time, and of course I've worked very tightly with Marlon as well, but maybe you could tell us a bit about them and where they're from.
All right. Okay. So thanks a lot, Ken. Thanks a lot, Barry. Really appreciate your leadership. And you're correct. This is really a great work of the team. I would have to say the team. So we are all based, the three persons mentioned, as well as myself, are from Trinidad and Tobago, which is the lowest in the chain of the Caribbean islands, just off the coast of Venezuela, which is making a lot of headline news these days with Maduro. But at the same time, we have a lot of hardworking people in this country. And these individuals that have risen to the top, I can say the cream of the crop as well, too, because they are hardworking. They are very serious. They don't take in nonsense, we shall say. They don't just hop on things for glitter. They want to make sure that things are solid first before they spend any time on it. And basically, that means when they jump on anything, it is because they believe it is solid. They have that trust in it, and they can take their team as well. So Alan has been, I've known Alan for, in fact, everyone on the team for just over 10 years now. And Alan has been a great supporter in the team. He does not cross-recruit. He believes in keeping structure, right? Anything that he comes across, he would work with his team in the same way. I had other competitions in the past, even aside from any specific organization. We had a session on basically how to reach out to people, how to increase attraction marketing, and so on. Right. One of the contests that I picked up from Fraser Brooks, and of the persons who came on that session, Alan has usually been one of the persons who has been most consistent. He has been most present on almost anything he puts his mind to. He's very, very consistent. If that's one word I can give to anyone, it is Alan. Consistent, faithful, and supportive. Right? Marilyn Critchlow, she has come from the corporate world. She has spent a number of years interacting with a lot of influential people during her time. And she has a lot of intelligent children as well, too. And basically that means that people can't come to her with anybody comes to her with anything shady, she's not interested. So that means whatever she picks up on, if she doesn't understand, she's very honest. She'll say, I don't understand this, but she will stick with it until she does. And she's very sharp. And of course, that shows with her persistence over this couple of months as well. And Marlon, wow, Marlon is, there's no words further to describe. Marlon has been very consistent. In fact, when I faced my own situation just over 10 years ago, when I found that having a dependency on a single source of income is not the way to go, he had shown me and given me some exposure to the world of network marketing, and of course to the world of letting your money work for you rather than you working hard for money, right? And I would give him, of course, kudos to continuing to support myself. And when things were going great, he would celebrate with me. When things were very tight, he'd support where I can. And he does it not just with me, but with any one of his team members, right? He's very sharp as well too. If persons are not with the program, or they are not or coming across as if they want to use him, of course he'll be very firm with them. But essentially, he has a heart. He has a heart bigger than many persons that I know of, to reach out and to help many people as well too, even when it is at a sacrifice to his own self. So I want to give kudos to Marlon, to Marilyn, and to Alan. They are three individuals who richly deserve this award. Over the past couple of months, they have been very consistent, and of course, they're very deserving. So thank you, guys, and I truly appreciate each and every one of you.
Appreciate you, Michael, and the leadership down there. And of course, Barry, maybe you could go over the money that these people won. It was just a nice incentive, and I give Barry a lot of credit for creating the contest. I thought it was ingenious because it helped individuals create their own contracts within their team of Cryptex. And if you want to get involved, let Barry and I know, and we'll go over it with you, and we'll start fresh. We'll take a screenshot of your contracts, and it's a matter of getting 250 contracts on your team. So back to you, Barry, and thanks so much, Michael, again, for your leadership and your consistency, your persistency, and that is the golden nugget right there. Back to you, Barry.
So the whole contest, there was $1,000 paid out, $500 for the first prize, $300 for the second, and $200 for third place. And how that worked really was that the upline all threw in $200 each. And then what happened? We paid out the $500 to Marlon. Marlon bought his contracts in his top account. There's commissions involved, right? So Michael earned 30% commissions because it was his front line to Michael. And then we paid out the second prize at $300. Again, Michael earned more commissions. And so what happened? Michael's gathering in the commissions to pay out the third prize. And then as he pays out the third prize, he earns more commission. And guess what? Michael ended up with a $100 extra bonus too for his efforts. But what's the whole overlying thing? There was 250 new contracts that were purchased within the team. And there's commissions that flow, but it's the delayed gratification that's going to be huge for Michael, huge for Barry, huge for Ken, huge for Jolene, huge for Don. It's a win, 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 win. That's how this thing works. And my goodness, you can run a contest because now Michael is more than 1/4 of the way to the leadership bonus qualification of 1,000 contracts in his team. You see, that was the milestone that we were trying to achieve within. And so keep it going, Michael. You're more than 1/4 of the way there. Of course, I know the numbers through and through because I'm a number geek, right? So I love numbers because they always, always, always show everything. And these are these amazing ebooks, Ken. And again, just share that. We have a very detailed video. I think it was very, very well done on Cryptex. And if you haven't seen that, it's a pinned video within Enhanced Retirement as well. So, it's all very, very good. So Ken, I think that was enough on Cryptex.